Good evening. It's the biggest escalation by Pakistan in the past 18 hours. Late last night, Pakistan, their army and their air force launched simultaneous attacks at not one, not two, not three, but at 15 locations across the India-Pakistan border and the line of control at multiple locations from Jammu and Kashmir to Punjab to Rajasthan and Gujarat. So Pakistan attempted near simultaneous attacks. They fired their missiles, they fired their drones. But what Pakistan hadn't wargamed was India's Sudarshan Chakra. And over the course of the next 1 hour, I get you details of India's efforts, successful efforts to stop the Pakistani attack, because India has the S-400 missile defense shield. There was a lot of pressure on India not to buy this, including by strategic partners like the United States of America. But Prime Minister Narendra Modi was repeatedly requested by the armed forces and he stood his ground. He told the Americans, no, we need the S-400 systems. It was in the pipeline for many years and the deal went through, and this S-400 system, and we'll tell you why this S-400 system has proven to be an absolute game changer. 15 locations from Jammu Kashmir to Gujarat, Pakistani missiles and drones were coming in at 1 o'clock at night. Late at night, the S-400 system got activated. Multiple counter drones, missiles, multiple missiles were fired and not one Pakistani missile hit the target. But then, remember, Pakistan was escalating. India had hit 9 terror targets in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, in Pakistan's Punjab province, and Pakistan tried to hit military installations. Let me show you how. From the north to the south to the western part of the country, let's take this airbase by airbase, area by area. Avantipura, very significant airbase, very important airbase in Jammu and Kashmir, in the northern part, or in North Kashmir, north of Pir Panjal. Srinagar, in Kashmir. Srinagar is not only a very important airbase, but a very important core headquarters. Jammu, again, Nagrota is a core headquarters. Jammu is an important airbase. Pathankot, very important military station. Pakistan tried to target it. Amritsar, Kapurthala, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, Adampur. All of these, when you look at the map of our country, frontline military bases and frontline air bases of the Indian Air Force and the Indian Army. Adampur is a very significant frontline base that Pakistan has targeted. Srinagar, Pakistan has been trying to target from 1947 itself. Bhatinda, Chandigarh, Chandi Mandir, as you well know, is the Western Command headquarters. Let me now bring you from Jammu Kashmir through Punjab, now to Rajasthan. Nal Air Base is a very critical air base, a frontline fighter air base. Falodi and Uttarlai, very significant for the defense of Rajasthan, also for an assault. And Pakistan tried to destroy these frontline air bases of the Indian Air Force, and Bhuj in Gujarat. So you're looking at that entire map of the country, and I'm trying to explain that Pakistan launched near simultaneous missile and drone strikes at 15 different locations, but not one Pakistani missile succeeded. Why? Because they were neutralized by India's integrated counter UAS grid and air defense system, the S-400, and the unmanned aerial vehicle counter, the system that was used to counter it. Of course, India, when you look at India's air defense system, let me explain it to you. It's the S-400s, very critical part, but it's not just the S-400s. You have your fighter jets, you have your AWACS, the eyes in the sky. The Navy always comes in with its P-8I, long-range maritime reconnaissance aircraft, was used extensively in Galwan operations also, while it's maritime reconnaissance, but it's only a country like India that can also, that has also successfully used it in the Himalayas, and in this instance, not just specific to the past 24 hours, but also to scan the adversary on this side. But the government decided that Pakistan had to be given a message, and a clear message which would not be escalatory, at the same time which should, or at least an attempt was made to deter Pakistan. What did India do? Watch these images on your television screen. This is an India Today exclusive. You're looking at these exclusive images from Lahore, Rawalpindi, Gotki, Sadar, Maler, Chakwal, Gujranwala, Walton Cantonment, Burki Road and Lahore. You'd recall in 1965, Indian Army had reached Burki Road. They had practically reached Lahore. These are very significant areas where India's Harap drones, I'll explain these drones in greater detail because they're very, very critical. So India then sent across a message to Pakistan. Pakistan attacked at night or tried to attack at night last night. India in broad daylight. Look at the response. In broad daylight, India responded. The message was, do not dare to target Indian military installations. There will be consequences. And these are consequences. And Pakistan is feeling the pain. Pakistan is feeling the heat. Lahore, very important commercial center where people live. And of course, a core headquarters of the Pakistan Army. Rawalpindi, it is the general headquarters, Pakistan Army headquarters, and a cricket stadium very close to the Army headquarters is where the Harap did its job. The signaling was clear. If we can target a cricket stadium, general headquarters is just next door. Ghodki, Sadar, Malar, of course, is that area where the drone targeted the cricket stadium in Rawalpindi. Chakwal, Gujranwala, very important military stations and military deployment here is big. Walton Cantonment and Burki Road is a very clear message that is being sent out to Pakistan Army that there are consequences for their actions. But there was another message. The Harap drones or the kamikaze drones made in Israel, now being made in India, there's a message that these drones sent out. Not only was a counter-strike done, a counter-strike that took out Pakistan's missile defense shield in Lahore. So Lahore is tonight very vulnerable. Not just Lahore, there are other cities in Pakistan that are very, very vulnerable. And you take a look at these images. Rawalpindi, the general headquarters, Pakistan Army headquarters is in Rawalpindi. So in Pakistan's context, Rawalpindi is more important than Islamabad. Rawalpindi, a cricket stadium right next to the Pakistan Army headquarters, was targeted. Sialkot, near the border, is very, very significant. There's Pakistan Army, they're amassing close to Sialkot. That's where they can try and strike Jammu. They've done so in the past, but this time the army is prepared. A very major Hizbul Mujahideen terrorist training camp was targeted in Sialkot just 24 hours earlier, and now their air defense system in Sialkot has also been taken down, as is the one at Lahore Cantonment. There can't be a clearer message to Pakistan. If we can take out an HQ-16, the Chinese S-400 equivalent in Pakistan, if that can be taken down, then there can be more pain inflicted if Pakistan Army does not wake up. India today has accessed exclusive images from Pakistan that show you the extent of the damage in the drone strike. And I want to take it picture by picture. So take a look at what the Harap won, the strike won. This is the Harap drone of the Indian Armed Forces. It has amazing capabilities, and I want to explain that this is a combination of an unmanned aerial vehicle and it is a missile. It's both rolled into one. Strike one is at Pakistan's air defense system. That's the S-400. The equivalent of Pakistan's S-300 system that has been taken down. The Red Banner 16, Chinese Hongqi. The version of this that Pakistan Army has acquired, this is practically the backbone of Pakistan Army's air defense system. It's been taken down. The Gulshan-e-Hadid in Karachi is what sources are telling India today. There was a drone strike even there. Harap drone strike 3 was at the Rawalpindi stadium. I want to show you these images. Drone strike 4 was at Ghodki in Sindh. The significance, the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, terrorists had trained in Ghodki, Sindh, very close to Thatta, Sindh. In that region, they were operating. Harap drone strike 5 was in Rawalpindi, in the southern area of Rawalpindi. Again, a very clear message being sent out, not just to the general headquarters, but to those who are a part of Pakistan's military jihad infrastructure. Harap drone strike number 6 was in Karachi, in the Maler area. Again, Pakistan's air defense systems now stand heavily compromised. Drone strike 7 was in Chakwal, in Pakistan's Punjab, and that's a significant message that is being sent out to Pakistan. You mess around with India again, there will be consequences for you. Harap drone strikes 8 was at Gujranwala, again in Pakistan's Punjab province. Harap drone strike 9 was at the Walton cantonment or the Lahore cantonment area. There's a corps that's deployed here, but very close to there, where Pakistan had its air defense systems that have been taken down. Harap drone strike 10 was on Barki Road in Lahore. Indian Army's cavalry, the tanks had reached Barki Road, the infantry had reached Barki Road and taken control of it in 1965. Remember 1965 when Pakistan did Operation Grand Slam and then Gibraltar before that? Well, Barki Road is now in the line of India's drone strikes, should there be a requirement. So what are these amazing drones called the Harap? Many call it the kamikaze drone. I want to explain the Haraps to you in greater detail because these are Pakistan's nightmares and India has a large number of these drones. Pakistan should wake up or there will be consequences because General Asim Munir has put Pakistan in harm's way. So what are the Haraps all about? Take a look at this drone. From surveillance to strike, they can do both. They can do ISR, intelligence gathering, surveillance and reconnaissance. Amazing endurance. They can go a long distance. They can stay up in the sky for 6 to 9 hours. They can eliminate threat across the line of control. So it's a combination of an unmanned aerial vehicle and a missile. It can loiter. It can hover over the target before identifying it, positively IDing it, and then destroying it. When we talk about the wingspan, and look at the operational range. Let me explain it to you point by point. It can loiter, seek and destroy. The endurance is 6 hours to 9 hours, depending on the payload. The maximum speed is about 400 kilometers per hour. The payload is 16 kgs to 23 kgs. It's an amazing payload it can carry. What is extremely important is the guidance. Now, guidance is also IR seeker and electro-optical land and naval application. So what can it do? It can attack on land. It can attack a ship. The communication range is about 200 kilometers, but the operational range, because you can fire and forget, it has an internal memory. It identifies a target that's fed in its memory. It spots the target and it destroys the target, and it can do that up to 1,000 kilometers away. The altitude, and this is very significant, you must know the altitude at which it can operate, the height at which it can operate. It's about 4,600 meters. Converted into feet, it's almost 15,100 feet that it can operate on. So it can go high in the air, swoop down on the enemy the moment it spots it, and it can destroy it. It's like a kamikaze drone. Remember the Japanese Tora, Pearl Harbor, when they flew one way? Now you don't risk your pilots. You send this drone, it destroys the target.